Today we are going to learn about the movement of the bodies on the surface of the inclined plane. So here let us imagine a body whose mass is m. Okay, here since it is an inclined plane, here that angle of inclination must be measured. The angle of inclination is mentioned by the letter theta. Are you clear? So the mass of the body is m. Here I have drawn one two-dimensional coordinate system. Here this one to be taken as x-axis and this one should be taken as y-axis. With the help of the coordinate system alone, we are able to identify the direction of the forces. Okay, so here for that body I am going to draw the free body diagram. Here we have to identify how many number of forces are acting on the body. Look at here, on the body the downward gravitational force is acting. Its value is, its magnitude is mg. So this is the direction of the gravitational force. Perpendicular to the surface at the point of contact, here one force is acting. Always you know that whenever anything is placed on the table, there will be a perpendicular force, contact force, exactly, that is exerted by the surface on the body, that is called normal. That normal will be always perpendicular to the surface. So normal force and gravitational force both are acting, that is to be represented by that free body diagram. So the body that can be represented by the point mass, and then we have to draw the forces. Are you clear? First force, that is gravitational force. The second force is normal. That normal as drawn here, the same direction must be taken. So there are two forces are acting on the point mass with respect to this free body diagram. So for free body diagram, a separate mark will be given. So here we have found out that two forces are acting. Here the force, gravitational force, that can be resolved into two components. The same angle theta, angle of inclination, that could be found out here. This is the angle of inclination. So the theta is a measure of the gravitational force and the perpendicular line drawn. Are you clear? Again I am saying theta, that is a measure of the angle between the gravitational force and the perpendicular line. Here this mg, it can be resolved into two components. One is called mg cos theta. The another component is called mg sin theta. So this is the horizontal component of the gravitational force. This one is called vertical component of the gravitational force. In the second lesson itself we have learned that how the vectors can be resolved. So gravitational force is also a vector, therefore we have resolved the vector into two components. So see the direction of mg cos theta, this is acting in this direction. Just opposite in the direction, normal force is acting. Are you clear? Now these two can be taken into account and they can be written in the form of equation. Now we will see how many forces are acting along y direction. Along y direction alone must be considered and we have to find out how many number of forces are acting. Let us take this force. What is this? mg cos theta, that is acting along negative y direction. Which direction? Negative y direction. Since it is acting along negative y direction, this one must be written as minus j cap. Okay, for minus y direction, the unit vector is minus j cap, must be written. And one more force is acting in this direction. What is that? Along y direction, that is normal force, n. And since it is acting in the positive y direction, the unit vector must be taken as plus j cap. So I have added two forces. So that these two forces are added, that one gives you the total force, net force acting on the body. All are vectors. Are you clear? From Newton's second law, by using Newton's second law, how will you write the net force? This net force can be written as F net is equal to, what is the formula? M into A. F net is equal to M into A. This is the formula from Newton's second law. Now we will see the movement is there or not along y axis. If is there any acceleration or any movement is there along y axis. Tell me whether the body is moving along y axis. It can't move because it is moving only in this direction. It can't move in this direction. Therefore the acceleration acting on the body is 0. Therefore the F net, the net force acting on the body is also 0. So here in RHS side, instead of F net you can substitute 0. Again I will write this equation again, mg cos theta, this minus sign can be written in front, and unit vector j cap must be written plus nj cap must be written. So write both, f net value is 0. Here we are using Newton's second law, don't forget. Okay, substitute here. Now we can split the equation into two. How? Mg cos theta is equal to nj. Are you clear? Nj can be written. Now this is the component of j unit vector here in this side. This is the component of j cap on the other side. Therefore just we take the component alone, both the two j cap can be cancelled. So finally what is the conclusion? Mg cos theta is equal to n. So from this what you have understood? The mg cos theta and normal both are acting in the opposite direction, but their magnitudes are same. Equal and opposite force are acting. When equal and opposite force are acting, body can't move. So therefore it shows that there is no movement of the body in y direction. So the y component movement is analyzed. Now we are going to learn, is there any movement along x direction? Look at the which component? Vertical component of mg is given. No, this is the vertical component. Look at the movement of the force along x direction. Therefore I can write it as mg sin theta. This force component, it is acting in which direction? Positive x direction. Therefore we can write it as plus I cap can be written. There we can write, is it clear? Is there any other force are there? Nothing. This is the only force. Therefore net force is equal to this much. Again we have to apply Newton's second law. Are you clear? Newton's second law. What is the formula? F net is equal to, what is the formula? MA. F net is equal to MA is the formula. Now this instead of F net, you substitute this equation. Mg sin theta I cap is equal to, instead of F net substitute, MA I cap can be written, because the body is rolling down towards in this direction, that is along x direction. So net force is also acting in the same direction. Therefore the I component are mg sin theta and ma. Therefore both the two I can be cancelled. So finally you are getting this m and m can also be cancelled. So g sin theta is equal to a. So what you have got? A is equal to g sin theta is the formula to calculate the acceleration of the body. When it is rolling down, what happens? This is the acceleration of the moving body. So when it is going down in this direction, when on the surface of the inclined plane, this is the expression from which we are able to calculate the acceleration of the body. That acceleration is purely depend on the theta. Are you clear? When theta is more, acceleration will be more. Make a note. So acceleration is purely depend on theta. Now look at that. This is the imagination. When theta becomes 90, what will happen? When theta becomes 90 means how the inclined plane will be? It will be like this. Here the theta will be equal to 0. The mass will be here. The mass will be simply falling down due to gravity. Therefore A becomes G. Is it correct or not? Substitute here sin. If the angle of inclination is 90 means sin 90 is equal to 1. Therefore if the factor becomes 1, A becomes equal to G. So clear, purely the acceleration is due to because of gravitational force. Maximum amount of gravitational force will be acting here. Okay. So the expression for acceleration is calculated. This is the continuation of the same topic. Here we are going to find out the expression for the speed of the body when it reaches the bottom. So when it starts its journey here, initially the initial speed of the body is how much? U is equal to 0. When it is rolling down, it will reach the maximum speed here when it reaches the ground. So the final velocity, final speed is called V. That one takes place along x direction. The movement takes place along x direction. Therefore we have to find out the expression for V. For that we have to use the kinematic equation V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Here we know that U is equal to 0. Initially the velocity is 0. So the initial velocity is 0, v square is equal to plus 2. We know the expression for acceleration. When it is descending down, the acceleration expression is g sin theta. What is s? Displacement. When it moves from here to there, this is the length of the inclined plane. Therefore, s can be written here. So finally, you can write it as 2gs sin theta can be written. So finally, if square root is taken on both sides, you will get 2gs sin theta is the expression for the velocity. This is the velocity with which, is it clear, it reaches the bottom of the inclined plane. Very simple expression, may be asked in 5 mark. Okay.